Welcome to Southampton for the biggest game so far in Group 1 of qualifying for next year's Women's World Cup, as the two teams at the top of the table come face to face in the clash of the unbeaten home nations.
Paris shooting opportunity, gets the goal. England are ahead. Nikita Paris runs straight to the England manager. That is significant. Taylor through, and England have a second. Oh, picks up Jordan Nobbs. Turn towards bronze. Oh, terrifically done. That's a super goal. It's Duggan. Seals it for England. The 6-0 thrashing.
Wales need a goal, and there it is! Wales have got their noses in front, and the celebration will tell you just how much it means.
And the captain gets it. Steph Orton, 1-0 England. It's a first chance of the second half. It's 2-0 England. It's Nikita Paris. It's 2 wins from 2 in the World Cup qualifying.
A magnificent goal from Wales. Oh, what a crucial penalty save that is.
Chance, goal, England lead. Here's Paris in behind for England to wrap it up. Oh, in style.
Well, here's how things stand in Group 1. Wales lead by a point, but they've played a game more than England. Both sides are yet to concede a goal. Group winners qualify automatically for next year's World Cup finals, while the 4 runners-up from the 7 European groups will go into a playoff. Well, I'm joined by former England internationals Alex Scott and Rachel Brown-Finnis, and Gwennan Harris, who won more than 50 caps for Wales. Alex, I'm going to start with you. England up to 2nd in the FIFA World Rankings, their highest ever position. Does that bring pressure, or is that something the girls can thrive under?
Oh, it sure does, but with pressure is a privilege. Billie Jean King, I think, once said that you want to be in those positions as a player. This is what you train hard for. And today, there's a great crowd. That brings pressure also, but they actually need the 3 points today.
Yeah, absolutely. Wales have never actually beaten England in 8 attempts. How heavily does that weigh on this side today?
Well, there's no denying that's a poor record. However, if you look at it with a glass half full, playing in front of 25,000 on this arena, the pressure's on England, so we should be thriving and really enjoying this and go out there and show what we're capable of.
Okay, well, Rachel, we're looking at the team, and also looking at the She Believes Cup. Phil Neville really pointed out a few defensive errors, goalkeeping errors. He's not afraid to ring in the changes, is he? With Carly Telford really with an opportunity to stake a claim in goal.
Absolutely, I think it's the right decision. Karen Barnes has not been playing at club level. Mary Earps is new into the squad this time. And Carly Telford, with the style of play that England want to implement, playing out from the back, she's brilliant with her feet. And so she's been given a chance this time, based on as well poor performances by some of the goalkeepers and defence in the She Believes Cup. So I'm glad he's made some more bold statements with his selection.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at the Wales side then, Gwennan. Some real experience in that side. Natasha Harding, Sophie Ingle, Jess Fishlock, of course. And that's going to be key, isn't it, in this game?
Yeah, there's some massive experience in that squad. We have got a few youngsters in there that the girls will have to drag along with them. We're expecting a bit of a dogfight here. We've got a really defensive formation, even though Jane stated she didn't think it was. That is a defensive formation. It's clear to see that we're trying to come here, get something and keep the pressure on England.
Okay, yeah, and with that in mind, Alex, is the pressure on England today? I mean, they're the ones with the good record.
It absolutely is. Like you said before, they're ranked number 2 in the world, and when you're looking up at the rankings, those are the teams that you want to be. And obviously, kind of the rivalry here, the emotion that's involved in the game, the pressure's on England, no doubt.
Okay, we'll see how well. Let's hear from Phil Neville. He's in charge from his first competitive match, while his opposite number, Jane Ludlow, is overseeing her first World Cup qualifying campaign. They have both been speaking to our reporter, Joe Curry.
We always say that a couple of players have dropped out. It's an opportunity for others to stake their claims, and Steph and Jordan coming back in today, it's an opportunity for them. Fran's had a good couple of days training, so we were a little bit concerned about her early in the week, and we're in good shape. Last night we trained here, and I've got to say they were sensational in training last night, so I've just asked them to do the same again tonight.
You come here top of the table. How important is it to get a result and stay top of the table?
Well, look, it's the next game for us. Every game we come to, we hope to pick up points. This is no different. Obviously, the challenge is going to be completely different to those we faced so far, but we hope to pick up points.
Jess Fishlock says the team can't afford to get too emotionally involved with who you're playing. How do you do that?
Look, we're Welsh, we get emotionally involved in everything, but obviously Jess doesn't want this game to seem like a bigger game than all the others so far. It's the next game, so it's the biggest one right now.
It's a proud moment. My mum's in Australia at the moment with my sister, and she's going to tune in. Don't know what time it is in Brisbane, but it was the middle of the night, so it's a proud moment. I will enjoy the occasion, but I'll only enjoy it if we win. And like I said from day one, the way that I've been received in the women's game has been fantastic, and I think people can see that we're heading in the right direction. But tonight's a big game. I'm going to enjoy it. So are my players, and I want them to perform.
Big crowd out there tonight. So there going to be a few nerves in the changing room?
No, excitement. You know, we've prepped well, we're looking forward to it. We've obviously been Cyprus Cup, we've worked on areas that we think could have an effect tonight. So now it's about the girls being relaxed, getting out there and having fun.
We wish you lots of luck, Joan.
Thank you.
Well, ladies, it is such a massive occasion. Rachel, how important is it, to keep your eye on the prize? This is about 3 points. How important is it to play the game and not the occasion?
I think certainly 3 points is key for England. They need to catch up with that one game in hand on Wales. I've no doubt that they can do it, but their performance will be key to that. Is to put out a very attacking team tonight, but Wales will be a very difficult prospect to break down. So we'll see how both tactics, whether they nullify each other or whether one comes out on top.
Okay, Wales must be confident though after that win in Bosnia. They're, hitting their stride at the right time, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think the pleasing thing for us is that we're keeping so many clean sheets. We're not ranked even second, we're ranked third in the group, so we're overachieving, so to say. So hopefully, if we can keep the momentum going and put pressure on England, you never know. Keep tight first 20, and we'll see from there.
Okay, we will see from there. Well, the bumper crowd here at St Mary's Stadium are ready. The teams are in the tunnel as England and Wales prepare to go head to head.
People mention England, Wales within any sport. It's always a massive occasion.
We're going to have 25,000 plus fans, as long as we can use that atmosphere to make it a good game and a good spectacle for women's football.
We haven't conceded a goal. We've been defensively solid. We've done what we've needed to do from attacking purpose to get where we've got to get to.
The main one's got to be Jess Fishlock. She is a player to definitely watch. Tash Harden up front, who's quick. You've always got to be wary of players like that.
I would trade in my entire career if it meant that I'd qualify for a World Cup with Wales. I wouldn't even think about it.
It is the biggest game so far in Group 1 as England and Wales aim for a place at next year's World Cup finals. Here to take us through it are Sue Smith. She's alongside Jonathan Pearce.
Thanks very much, Rashmin. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for, yes, the pivotal game in World Cup qualifying Group 1 thus far. England now ranked second in the world, but second in this group. To the Welsh, who've played a game more. Neither side has conceded a goal yet, as we've heard. England's last home qualifier. They haven't lost one in 15 and a half years, 55 games. Remarkable. It's a last qualifier away for Wales. 3 at home to come, including England, of course, in August. They've never beaten England, as we've heard. It would be a major shock if they did tonight, but it would leave the group very much wide open soon.
It really would. It's always a fixture, isn't it, that people look forward to, this old rivalry, and a lot of the Welsh players that do play in the WSL against the England players, so they'll know each other really well.
Lovely sunny evening on the south coast. Steph Houghton back in the England setup and the exchange of banners to come. This is a special award to Casey Stoney, who is now very much part of the England coaching setup, and it wouldn't surprise me if one day she becomes the national coach. What a terrific character and a pioneer for the women's game.
She really is, and I totally agree with what you said. I think at some point she will become England manager. I think that's her aim, that's her focus. She was a leader on the pitch, and now she's leading the players in a different way, and it's so nice to see her partner and her 3 children there as well with her.
A lovely family snap. Casey Stoney, 130 games for England, 6 goals in that time, and she played in the major championships.
Please be standing for the national anthems.
The Welsh anthem will be first. Jane Ludlow played for Southampton Saints for a while, the Welsh manager. Appearance for the captain, Steph Houghton. Phil Neville talks about his pride in managing this side, and he welcomes Houghton, of course, back into the squad, and Jordan Nobbs as well. We saw her towards the end of the line. They both missed the She Believes Cup through injury. England do have a couple missing though, Millie Bright and Jill Scott. They dropped out of this. Well, Carly Telford gets the nodding goal because of that distribution. It's her first start in 2.5 years. Abby McManus plays her first qualifier, one of 5 Manchester City players in that team. Lucy Bronze, who left City last summer, Jordan Nobbs, Fran Kirby and Jodie Taylor in the shortlist of 5 for the first ever FWA Women Footballer of the Year award next month. Wales chopped and changed during the recent Cyprus Cup. They finished 8th and now revert to virtually the team that beat Bosnia back in November in their last qualifier. Dykes with her 93rd appearance and 19-year-old Escort, who did well in Cyprus, are the exceptions. Fishlock has a record 108 caps. She's a teammate of Jodie Taylor, by the way, out in Seattle. Hayley Green has 3 games in her last 5 internationals, and she's the player that Phil Neville has been looking at because she has that ability to hold it up as a lone front runner.
And that's exactly what you've got to do if you're the lone striker up there. She was actually a centre-half, but she's powerful, she's physical, she'll get in and amongst the England back line, and it's key that she holds the ball up and waits for whether it's Jess Fishlock or Angrad James to get up there and support.
Just surprised by that line-up there that we saw Rhiannon Roberts playing in a wider position. I would have expected her to play in the middle of a back 3.
Yeah, Rhiannon Roberts normally is a centre-half. She has been playing centre midfield for Doncaster Bells, but she can play anywhere. She's versatile, she's athletic, she's strong in the tackle. So they've got a very strong, I would say, back 5 and midfield 4 have Wales.
Sophie Ingle, the captain of Wales, hasn't missed a minute of the league season with Liverpool. England haven't lost a qualifier since 2002. That was at home to Germany at Sellers Park. Stephanie Gertschlich scored the only goal, if I remember rightly. And England in the small, tight-knit group. Interesting, actually, there's a group of players there that were in Canada 15. There's a group of players that came through Netherlands 17, and then there were 1 or 2 who've come in since then. Kira Walsh, the team is evolving, so.
The team really is evolving, and I think that's something that Phil Neville now wants to take England to the next level. He's not happy that they're second. He wants to be first, and that's that winning mentality that I think they need.
And St Mary's gets ready to offer up a minute's applause for a very special person. If anyone knew him, as I was privileged to do, let's just pay our respects to Ray Wilkins. We're at Manchester United, champion with Rangers, and above all, a wonderful, wonderful man. Always had time for you, Ray Wilkins. Scrupulously polite, lovely sense of humour, lovely man. And Phil Neville will have felt the emotion of that moment because Ray coached him at England under 21 level. And It will be England to kick us off and underway. Jodie Taylor, the Golden Boot winner from Euro 17. The team has moved on since then, but Mark Sampson, the coach of the team, contacted me today and said please pass on his best wishes to the team and good luck, and he always does that. He's still very much a supporter of the side. And his thoughts for Wales, of course, tonight, being a Welshman himself. And it will be England who get us off and underway. A whistle from the referee, Pernilla Larsson from Sweden, and off we go with Lucy Bronze looking for Nikita Paris, who's already had a very good World Cup qualifying campaign, been amongst the goals. It's cut out though, and cut out fairly easily, I have to say it was, by Rachel Rowe, who gives chase. It's just tucked back so easily by Abby McManus, who came into the team in the She Believes Cup. She came on very early in the opening game against France, an injury to Rita Sante, and she grew in the tournament, I think. And Phil Neville was telling me she's become more vocal in the dressing room, more authoritative. Here's the vice captain, Jordan Nobbs. And away then to Demi Stokes, who had a little bit of a knock in the build-up to the game. As Greenwood has been called into the squad because Hannah Blundell dropped out. They needed balance on that left in case Stokes does break down in the game. Here's Fishlock. James. Now wide to young Charlie Escourt on loan at Bristol City. There you can see the height of Kaylee Green, and you know, when the anthems are being played, so I look down that Welsh lineup, they've got some real height in that side, and they will be a danger at set pieces, I feel.
They really will, and just going back to that national anthem, the way that they were singing, you know, the passion, how much they want it, they're desperate to play for their country, and they're desperate to play in this game. Speaking to both sets of players, it's a game you want to play in, isn't it?
There's been one game in this group already this week. Russia won 6-1 in Bosnia. England travel to Bosnia on Sunday, play on Tuesday. Should be easy for the captain.
You can straight away though see how Wales are lining up, can't you? With that back five, the back, then the midfield four really tight, and then you've just got your one up top. So they're just going to be looking to hit on the counter.
Annie Telford, the best goalkeeper in the squad with her feet, says the manager. Distribution will be so important tonight. Started the game since September 15. It's Estonia, the most of the qualifiers for World Cup 17. They won 8-0, I seem to remember that game. Wasn't that the Dan Carter game when she scored at hat-trick, I think?
You're right. And she deserves this start, Carly Telford. She's been in and around the squad for a long period of time.
And Stokes, who started 17 of the last 18. So desperate to get to the World Cup final, she was left out on the eve of Canada. Jodie Taylor, clear her feet and get it back out wide to Demi Stokes. Taylor playing in the USA at Seattle Reign, her 15th club in 16 years. And Kirby, Neville describes her as his gem, and she can go all the way through to the top of the game, he believes. And these days in a slightly different position, of course, than the one in which she exploded into the world of football in Canada in 2015. Deeper these days. Here's Paris. And, it was either left or missed by Laura O'Sullivan. What about ball flashed across by Nikita Paris? Been in great form for Manchester City. 10 goals in her last 11 games.
She's developed so much as a player, and it's that final ball, whether it's the finish or whether it's the cross. She's definitely working on that.
She's a joy to watch because she gets so much joy out of the game.
Yes, she does. You can tell she just loves to play football, but she's added that defensive responsibility as well.
I think that's the main thing that has taken Phil Neville's, or not taken him by surprise, but he's noticed it very much, the fact that these good players have great attitudes. There's Duggan, then to Demi Stokes and Kirby, 1-2 with Nobbs. Wales with everyone back. England expected them to play 5-4-1. They knew it was going to be a night where it was important to play in patterns and try and get some space. Worked through one-on-one situations. They've been working on that in training all week.
I think as well, when you're playing against such a compact team, you've got to move the ball quickly, 1 and 2 touch, and England are certainly capable of doing that.
Birdie, once of Reading, took it off the toes of Rachel Rowe, now of Reading. It's Paris again in towards Jodie Taylor. Comes into Kira Walsh. Lovely ball by Duggan. Stokes with a cross in the middle. And it was Fishlock all the way back in there defending. What a good player she's been over the years, Jess Fishlock. She's won European Champions League with Frankfurt, the double with Glasgow, league at Alkmaar, done so well in Seattle. She goes out to Melbourne every year in the close season, just come back from winning a 4th title there. I remember when they played at Millwall last time they met on English soil in a World Cup qualifier and they lost the game. Jess Fishlock that night injured her wrist. She was in terrible pain, but wouldn't come off, would she, for about 15 minutes?
Such a tough competitor. Jess Fishlock, very talented player.
And Paris got in behind young Escort. Tries to get it back onto her left foot, and the teenager did well to recover there. 19, this is her 27th game though, Charlie Escort for Wales. Started all their games in the Cyprus Cup. They were beaten for a playoff for 7th place by Austria on penalties. I would like to be kind about the quality of their penalties, but to be frank, they were pretty abysmal. Here's Abby McManus and Stokes. A point here would be a wonderful result for Wales. Keep them on top. And they have that return game against England on August the 31st. Will be their last qualifying. They'll have one more game after that. Trip out to Kazakhstan. Harding will run off to James. Harding's been a good player over the years as well, hasn't she?
Very good player. I watched her a lot when she played at Liverpool, playing on the left-hand side, cutting in on a favoured right foot, can score some fantastic goals. But she's another player that's developed fitness-wise, worked a lot on her technique. And again, in getting her in the right areas, I'm sure she will cause England some problems at the back.
A hat-trick in the last World Cup qualifying campaign, I seem to remember. But, it's been a while since she scored a competitive goal for her country. From Liverpool to Reading in January. Natasha Harding winning 7 for Wales, look out for her. It's come off the head of Walsh, and Telford had to come out very, very quickly. And Rhiannon Roberts was putting under pressure there. Moved quickly to the Chelsea goalkeeper, who's played their last couple of league games. Neville's already had a couple of words with the 4th official over there about Wales taking their time over things. 4th official is Lauren Holt from England. Roberts with the throw. And it's a good effort and it's a fine save. It was Rachel Rowe with the flashing shot across goal. And a big strong hand from Carly Telford.
I tell you what, this is good play from Wales. You can see this is something that they've worked on in training. Good technique. I think that was going in the bottom corner. Carly Telford, we mentioned about how good she is with her feet and her distribution. She's also a fantastic shot stopper.
Really good stop of the 30-year-old keeper. Just 7 minutes in the She Believes Cup. She came on against France for the injured Karen Bardsley. And Hannah James, first corner of the game. The Everton player will take it. Right-footed, Telford punches it away. Stab back in. Oh, and it's over the line, is it? No! It's cleared miraculously off the line, and the assistant, I looked immediately down, and the assistant is saying no. Play on, no goal. Let off for England, and it would have been a magnificent start for Wales.
I'd certainly like to see that again, Jonathan, because That looked really close. Lucy Bronze did so well to anticipate that. Clear the ball off the line.
Yeah, brilliant clearance. Here's Rowe. Rowe has started on the right-hand side. Harding has started on the left. Sue Smith wins her bet. I said, no, that'll never happen. It'll be the other way around. Is that the first one?
Probably, yeah.
5 years, well done.
You'll have to make me a cup of tea now.
Here's Stokes. Real let-off for England and a controversial moment so early on. And then by Roberts. Manus. Kira Walsh to Manus. Side on merit, says Phil Neville after her good, she believes, cup. Here's Stokes. Duggan, space for her to go into. So confident, the Barcelona player. Decision from the assistant Camilla Stendhal.
Yeah, it was Natasha Harding that just played the ball in. It was a massive deflection which took it, well, it was 2 deflections, wasn't it, that took it past Carly Telford and Lucy Bronze. Great reactions. Oh, that's so difficult to call. Maybe you can see it a little bit better from this angle, because from there it actually looked like the ball had crossed the line.
Very difficult without goal line technology here.
Such a tough one to call.
That last angle, it looked as if it was over.
It did.
The last deflection was off Steph Horton. To me, it looked as if it should have been a goal to Wales. Let's off for England then. Here's Kirby. Duggan. Walsh tried to slip it through to Jordan Nobbs. Here's Anhara James. He was once a teammate of Jordan's at Arsenal. She was a youngster there. The lad it was turning in possession. That's up long by Sophie Ingle. That was the minute of qualifying so far. Liverpool, Sophie Ingle. Very consistent campaign for club and country. It's a good ball over the top offside. Nikita Paris. Boos from the England fans. A couple of feisty exchanges. I don't often see that in the women's game, and Wales didn't complain at all about the one that was cleared off the line. That's offside.
Yeah, she was offside, just caught. I just don't think Sophie Ingle liked her going down.
No.
Can't do that though.
She shouldn't have reacted as she did, Sophie Ingle. Pushed her to the ground again.
I suppose that just shows how much it means to both sets of players.
They played 61 times for Wales. She was captain. She was the Great Britain under-17 triple jump record holder. You know that, Sue, did you?
I didn't.
You didn't want to know that either, did you, really?
Learn something new every day with you.
Kira Walsh was Lancashire's top under-13 badminton player.
Where have you got all this from?
Sad life. Manus. The period of football she has coming up for Manchester City, FA Cup semi-final and the Champions League semi-final too. There's Duggan, out of the Champions League by Lyon in the last round. With the 2 representatives, of course, Manchester City play Lyon, Chelsea play Wolfsburg. And I think for the first time, see whether this is definitively over the line.
It does take a big deflection off Steph Horton, and I think that's over the line. Again, it's so hard. You look at it from one angle, it looks like it's in. The next angle, it doesn't.
And could the assistant referee be 100% sure that 100% of the ball's over the line? Because I think after all those replays, Welsh viewers will be saying it was over the line, and England fans will be saying it wasn't. moment for her. So Laura Sullivan, she plays for the King Code Club. She was at Yeovil until November. She was a defender actually up until 2016. Goal then. Walsh. There's Lucy Bronze. 2 bronze just behind her. She's one of the quintet of players who have been shortlisted for the FWA Footballer of the Year. First time ever the football writers have nominated and given the award to a woman player. There's Paris. This is key out there. And she just got clipped there. You know, the escort clipped her heel. She's going to have a hard evening, I think, the teenager.
Good play from Nikita Paris. She gets the ball and the first thing she wants to do, she wants to face you up and have a go at your 1v1, and she does just clip her heels.
Wants to mass defence. She had to get advantage in the wide positions, draw a couple of defenders out of position, and then get runners arriving in the middle. Just watch for Lucy Bronze here. She was fantastic at set pieces in the World Cup of Canada. We haven't really seen that from her since. She loses a marker. It's deflected through. Decent save by Laura O'Sullivan because she was under pressure and took a whack. I think it was Abby McManus who was in there with her.
Yeah, again, I think it took a deflection as Jordan Nobbs plays the ball in, and O'Sullivan's well. She does well. She's brave. Gets down, and I think she does just get her. Abby McManus, I think, a knee. It was a fair challenge, but that's bound to hurt.
She's important to them. She's kept 6 clean sheets and 8 internationals this season. Very good in the Cyprus Cup. And they were decent over there. It's a tournament that's been around for 10 or 11 years. Beat Finland, were beaten by Italy. Drew with Switzerland, and then were beaten on penalties by Austria, and she took a knock there. The goalkeeper who played very well in that Cyprus Cup tournament.
Looked like a knee to a face or a chin.
Very much a leader, Jordan Nobbs. Part of the team that won the European Under-19 title in 2009. Demi Stokes was part of that team as well. England women's football has developed really in leaps and bounds since that young title-winning side. This is a problem for them. Claire Skinner is the substitute goalkeeper, by the way. A big moment so far, in 18 minutes gone very nearly, is this moment.
I think you mentioned early on, didn't you, that Wales are going to be good at set pieces. They're going to be dangerous.
And they were there. Thornton, beyond Telford, beyond Bronze. She hooks it out. Where does her foot land? Foot lands in front of the line.
It's great anticipation, though, from Lucy Bronze. That's what you want from your players on the line. It looks like it's over the line, doesn't it, from that angle? But from the angle earlier, it doesn't. Again, I think it depends whether you're Welsh or English, whether that went in or not.
McManus. Away by Nobbs to Duggan. It's a fantastic looking ball, but it's just gone away from Nikita Paris in the end. I don't think she had full belief the ball was going to come out to her. But the attempted pass shows the fact that Toni Duggan has risen to another level now because she's at Barcelona.
Yeah, and she'll say that herself. She thinks she's improved so much as a player, just so many different touches on the ball, different types of training. You see her vision, her awareness, everything has improved, and that's clearly benefiting England.
13 for Barcelona this season, her first season in Spain, is Kirby. Away by Rhiannon Roberts. Bronze. Jordan Nobbs. This is a young, fresh, quick-looking midfield trio, something that Phil Neville has worked on achieving. Plays it through. Just wonder, with so many important games coming up for Manchester City and Chelsea and the like, whether Phil Neville will come across more and more club v country problems as England men managers have in the past. He's very firm on it though. The fact that these games, these club games, FA Cup semi-finals, Champions League Cup semi-finals are big games, but there's nothing as big as playing for your England, your national team England, he says.
I have to agree with him on that, and I think the girls would say the same. They're doing fantastically well, City and Chelsea, to be in the semi-final of the Champions League. It just shows, like you say, how far the game's come in England.
Showing a good start. Nikita Paris forced England's first corner of the day. Knobs will take it. Watch the stop walk here from that signal. Just plays it back to Walsh with the hit. Curling all the way through. Tentative appeals for a little nudge there on Jodie Taylor in the middle. Don't think it was a penalty. Let's have another look.
Nicely worked from England though. Just think if Kira Walsh could have been that little bit further forward, but I think that's what she was aiming for at the far post. Phil Neville thinks it was a foul.
I think when he sees a replay, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's the England players to be more robust mentally and not be persuaded that they're getting jaded because of club commitments. Here's Duggan, big deflection! Important save by Laura Sullivan. She's having a good evening so far.
She did well there, Fran Kirby, as the ball comes out to Tony Duggan. You know that she's going to want to come inside onto her right foot, and it takes a deflection off Rhiannon Roberts. Yeah, it does. They're appealing for handball. It definitely wasn't, but that's tough for a keeper because you see it late. You have to react and move your feet, and O'Sullivan does well.
Hobbs again will take it. Taylor and Kirby in the 6-yard area. Thornton's up as well. Fishlock. Nobbs left-footed. Drifting. She had to push it over. It would have been a freakish goal by Jordan Nobbs because it was an attempted cross left-footed.
I think O'Sullivan was setting up for a cross. Nearly caught her out.
6 goals for England. It would have been a fluky 7th. Keith was a player in his time, the first coach, I guess, all those years ago. And short to Kirby. Movement in the middle, trying to unsettle Wales. In a way by James.
It's quite interesting that England have gone short each time with their corners, so whether that's something that Phil Neville's looked at, the height difference, and when you go short and then whip the ball in, you can move your players around a little bit more. It's not quite worked just yet for England.
Undefeated 8 games only for Wales. The last 3 away games, not counting the Cyprus Cup. It's a 5-0 friendly defeat in Netherlands against the European champions back in July. Here's Stokes. Oh, lovely turn by Duggan. James will get it away. England are getting joy in the wide positions though. There's Paris, who's coming a little bit narrower. Comes to Taylor. No one in support though. Nikita Paris didn't really read that situation, but look at that line of 7 red shirts back. And as they clear it away, it's going to be a ticking off for Steph Horton for the foul on Kelly Green. And a yellow card.
I think as Wales went to clear the ball.
Blocked her off.
Yeah, she did.
Holding the fence, it'll go down as yellow card. She's badly missed in the She Believes Cup, Steph Horton. Her persona was missed, her presence was missed. Defensive done second.
Yeah, it's those leadership qualities, isn't it? She has as a captain on and off the pitch, and certainly great to have both her and Jordan Nobbs back in the squad. Just adds to that strength and depth of the England team now.
Mature Welsh performance here, though. That controversial moment when they thought they scored, they could have gone gung-ho and pressed and pressed and pressed England and gone on all-out attack, thinking they were on top of that period, but that would have left them open at the other end. They've been very determined, very disciplined.
Yeah.
There's Kirby. There's Bronze back there.
And I think that's what Jane Ludlow's brought to this side, a very well-organised, disciplined team. They're much fitter than they've ever been, so they're able to maintain that shape.
To go from Jarmo Matikainen back in October 14. Bronze. Shelley Escort did well just to stick in there. England have another corner kick. It's their fourth of the game.
That's how England can get in. Your wide players getting in field, whether it's Tony Duggan on one side or Nikita Paris on the other, and then you're getting the fullbacks overlapping. That's how England will get in, out wide.
McManus has got away from Kaylee Green into the near post. Back to Lucy Bronze. Watch for the run caught at the far post area. That's where it was aimed, but it's headed away by Roberts. Over the bar it goes for Kira Walsh. She's not scored for England in her 4 internationals. It would be an early birthday present for Kira Walsh, the Manchester City player. Turns 21 on Sunday. Shot for Harding. Walsh up wide to Lucy Bronze. Kick for Paris. Wales are having to do a lot of work off the ball. Maybe a factor late on. Put away by Hayley Ladd. Just a minute of qualifying Hayley Ladd. She scored against Kazakhstan in the 1-0 home win. They won there 1-0 with a goal from Jess Fishlock. McManus, and England can afford for the centre halves to bring the ball forward. Wales only have the one player up front, Kaylee Green. James. So a little bit of pressure there, but not a great deal of pressure on South England. There's a foul. Abby McManus and another yellow card. Both England's centre halves have been booked. And plowed into Rachel Rowe. English frustration's growing, so
you can see Abby McManus was trying to close that ball down and trying to win it, but completely mistimed.
It's definitely yellow card.
Yeah, it is. I think both of them have been a yellow card. But I know if I was Kaylee Green, I'd certainly be running at those two, knowing that they've both been booked.
Ingles free kick. Away by Horton. I believe she was fouled, but I know Kaylee Green is a real handful. England knew that. And they knew that she was a willing worker and a runner. So chase lost causes. Kira Walsh has time. Similar sort of pattern to the game at Millwall in the World Cup qualifying. We won that one, was it 1-0 still? I think it was, but then back in Wales in the August 2014, England won 4-0. Horton, Nobbs, Duggan and Taylor played that game.
It's just a completely different test for England. They played in the She Believes Cup where they're playing against teams that are going to come out and express themselves, which leaves space in behind. And now they have to break down a team that's resilient, that's strong and physical. So they have to try and work that out.
There was a significant gap between England and the USA in the last game. In the end, England being beaten perhaps hasn't done them any great harm. Had they won that game, I think expectation levels would have been through the roof, and that would have been what a great thing.
Yeah, and I think Phil Neville and the players were pretty happy with the tournament on a whole. Beating France and drawing with Germany is great results, and yeah, they were beaten by a better team.
And they know they have a fair way to go to reach the standards of the USA. Yeah. Stokes with the cross, too high for Taylor. And Escort misjudged it. Slipped on through for a corner kick.
Good play here by Stokes. Wrong foot's Rhiannon Robertson, and that's a good delivery to the far post. You could see Nikita Paris. I wonder, could she have maybe gambled, got in front of the defender, but I keep saying it, that's where England will be able to exploit Wales if the wingers get in, fullbacks get forward.
Half an hour played. They'll have their fifth corner, Nobbs will take it. Really threatened from set pieces. Again, they pull it back for Lucy Bronze. This is the routine where Horton goes to the far post, but it's played in short to Duggan. Steph Horton still forward. It's not a good ball by Nobbs, and away. Cleared out. That's, I think it was who got it away. It was. It's the City player. Quality of England's passing, I think, will disappoint Phil Neville.
I think there's been times they've been a little bit sloppy, but I think we have to credit Wales as well for that, and that they're closing down.
Absolutely. 34th in the world right now. If they get something out of this game, I think in the next world rankings they'll be at their highest ever level. The ball into Kirby. Looking for Paris, she's given a little bit too much to do, and Escort did very well until the clearance. Here's Nobbs. Gone for goal! Hits the bar! Went for the unexpected. She's capable of it, and it nearly came off.
What an effort from Jordan Nobbs, and that's what she brings to the side. But you know what? I think O'Sullivan gets a touch to this. Don't know if she touches it onto the bar, but what a strike here from Nobbs. She gets a little bit of time and space. I think you can see, does she get a hand? She does get a glove to it. Hits the bar, that's a top save.
Terrific save. I thought Jordan Nobbs. Harris. Issues again, the Arsenal midfielder. Stokes. And Walsh. She scored in the under-19 final UEFA Championships in 2009 from 30 yards against Sweden. She scored on her debut as well for England against Italy from long range in the Cyprus Cup, and this was another long-range effort from Jordan Nobbs.
She's got the confidence to do that. And again, sometimes in a game like this, you might need just a moment of brilliance. She's certainly got the ability to change a game with a quality strike.
What a good game Laura Sullivan's having.
Yeah.
Stokes. Remember the Welsh goalkeeper at Millwall that night having a very good game. Was it Angela Davis? Walsh. Duggan. Played England. No strength on the end shot. Good approach work.
Yeah, good play from Tony Duggan. Little 1-2. Follow your pass. Her and Frank Kirby do link up well. You can see what she's going for. She's looking to just open her body up and place it into that far corner. We've seen it in the She Believes Cup.
Grandad's here, I think, isn't she? Isn't he?
Ken, he is.
He goes everywhere. We've mentioned him many times.
He's brilliant. He's such a supporter of the women's game.
He's away there amongst the supporters that you can see on that's the far side from us. Had he been anywhere near us, within 100 yards, you would have probably heard him. Stokes. There's Walsh. Jordan Nobbs again. Trying to hook it around to Kirby. Away by Kaylee Green. I hope he doesn't face too much club against country pressure, and I hope the nature of the women's game, as it gets bigger and bigger, more money comes in, the nature doesn't change, because it is such an enjoyable experience. Here's Kirby. She's got through somehow. Got perhaps too easily past Southampton originally, but it's cleared away.
That's what Frank Kirby's so good at doing. She just gets in between.
It's a good ball. Right, Kira Walsh out to Duggan. That wasn't. Let's look to play it to Kaylee Green. Held up by Abby McManus, who was just protesting a while back that previous challenge, saying that the referee's missing the physicality of Green. Nobbs to Lucy Bronze. Time ticks on, 10 minutes to go in the first half. In Wales, resolute, determined, disciplined, denying England. And England's frustrations shown there again. It wasn't a good ball by Paris. Kaylee Green looking for Anhara James.
That's a problem for Wales, though. They defend so well, but then Kaylee Green's so isolated up there when she gets the ball. They need runners in and around to support her. I think it's hard when you're working so hard defensively to then change your mindset into attack.
Walsh was underneath it. Nobbs, not the best option there. Green back to Fishlock. And here's Lucy Bronze, who found herself directing traffic yesterday for Phil Neville's team. They're on the team bus, and they saw a cyclist knocked off the bike. And they said to the coach driver, stop. The team doctor went out with all the medical staff. The little old lady was off her bike. She looked up, and all of England were around her, the England squad, and Lucy Bronze was in the middle of the road directing traffic. She was okay, got up. And, I think she had a bump to her elbow. I think Lucy Bronze loved that, by the way, directing the traffic. Here's Tony Duggan. Here's Duggan again, nicked away by Hayley Ladd. Stokes. Final ball in, once again, with little quality on it, because there's no way Jodie Taylor was going to get that. The Welsh team are performing exactly as their coach, Jane Ludlow, wanted them to do. Remember Vic Akers, who was like Mr. Arsenal in terms of developing the women's game there, called Jane once upon a time the best box-to-box player in the women's game. She was a terrific player in her time.
I wouldn't disagree with that at all. Fantastic player and a real winner, and that's what she'll instill onto her players.
She was Arsenal's record goal scorer, wasn't she? Won everything you could win in the game then at that stage, Champions League and the League and Cup and League Cup. Now the Wales manager. Asked her for a few snippets of information before the game, but she wasn't very forthcoming. Strange English man coming towards her, I'm not surprised. I've called the security, to be honest. Tight game so far. Roberts, you'll know her very well from Doncaster days, with the throw.
Yeah, I do. Again, she's really developed as a player, but usually as a centre-half. Has been playing out, I think I mentioned earlier, centre midfield for Doncaster. I think she quite likes that in there.
Doing well at the moment, aren't they? Top of WSL 2.
They are.
And Steph Horton. She can carry on there. Travel with the ball, an extra 10 yards perhaps. I wonder if England will do that more in the second half, because Abby McManus was always back there, and Kaylee Green isn't an Olympic sprinter. Here's Stokes. Walsh. Taylor's come out wide. Eased away by Dykes. Van Kirby has to battle for that with Kaylee Green, always likely to be one winner. She's done a very good job for Wales.
She has. That is such a hard job as well.
Here's Lucy Bronze. Go up through the gears on that far side. Jordan Nobbs. Wales retreat, line of 4, line of 5, defending very deep. He's defending on the edge of their 6-yard box at times. No way through for England, just no way through. And there's all credit to Jane Ledlow and Wales. Here's Lucy Bronze. This is a much better Welsh team than we saw in that qualifying campaign 4 years ago.
Yeah, really is. Individually, much better, but also collectively as a team.
It's a strange throw by Lucy Bronze, and then the free kick for the challenge on Harding by Kirby. And minute by minute, England's frustrations are growing.
And it is frustrating when you're playing it against.
Oops.
I think it slipped out of hand.
The foul, it wasn't by Kirby, it was by Paris. And I'm told that our technical boffins have looked again and again and again at the early controversial moment and have said the ball was not over the line. Which I think you said, didn't you?
I changed my mind about 3 times. I'm still not sure.
It's not unlike you. Towards Kaylee Green. Not a good clearance by Bronze. James trying a luck. That's the 1 goal for Wales. In 7 years as an international. Never coming down. Horton looking for Taylor around the back. Important clearance away to judge for Lauren Dykes, and she got it away. A couple of minutes to go. There's another foul by Steph Horton. She's going to have to watch it. She looks perplexed. Kaylee Green.
I think it was just a challenge. I know Steph went up with her arm, but I think she was just trying to get up into the air. And is it a clash of heads?
It's a foul, but it's just a foul.
It's not a yellow card.
No.
That is a real physical battle, though, between those two.
And England knew it was going to come. They knew it was going to be a hard night. Sophie Ingle. Away by Hort. Here's Parrish, who started the game brightly. He's got a little bit frustrated, got off the boil. Here's Bronze, who was pulled back. That's got to be a yellow card for Tash Harding.
I think she knew that this was coming. Lucy Bronze, all the pace in the world, she's just on her way. I suppose it's a clever foul from Natasha Harding. England England on the attack.
Certainly a cynical one. 30 seconds to go in the half plus stoppage time. Here's Walsh. Back to her. Gathered again by Laura O'Sullivan. She's had a very good first half. Look forward to analysis on her performance from Rachel Brown-Finnis down there in the touchline at half-time. Rachel looking fantastic, and of course she'll get a phone call from Augusta tonight, because her husband's out there, Ian, caddying for Tommy Fleetwood. Jimmy Stokes. And Rachel's bump is getting bigger and bigger, isn't it?
It is.
When you stand together, we're like bookends, Hermie.
I wasn't going to say.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Here's Stokes. The ball by Kira Walsh, who's really wasted a pass. Horton looks for Duggan. Oh, I thought that came off the defender. It did in the end. The referee was going to give a goal kick then, and something was said to her. The assistant referee on the far side signalled corner straight away.
Yeah, she changed her mind, and I think it was the right decision. Does just come off. Rhiannon Roberts for the corner.
England about 6 first half corners, Wales 1. Jordan Nobbs will take it. Made in short towards Fran Kirby. These corner kicks have not worked. Maybe this one will. Stokes swirling it in. Keeper's come, hasn't got there. Duggan couldn't get to it. Kirby. Here's Walsh. Laura Sullivan's back on her line. Dummy Stokes. Angled ball in. Dealt with very well in the air there. Sophie Ingle it was who got up well for Wales.
I think Phil Neville's clearly studied Wales and seen how good they are at defensive set pieces, so he's trying something different, but just the quality hasn't been in that final ball into the box.
Into the last minute of stoppage time. Duggan, Stokes off and running. Showing Duggan inside. Now here's Jordan Nobbs. Kira Walsh again could have taken it on a couple of strides, drawn a defender towards her. Lucy Bronze, back it goes then. Tabby McManus. Duggan, last attack of the half. And sound goalkeeping from Laura O'Sullivan again. Overall thoughts of the half?
I think Wales will probably be the happier of the two teams. I think they've defended very well. I think they're very well organised, disciplined, been physical with England, and I think England have just lacked probably that final ball into the box. They might have created an opportunity, but it's not been enough quality for me.
An heroic first half for Wales, who believed they scored when Tash Harding's effort was deflected and cleared off the line by Lucy Bronze, while at the other end Jordan Nobbs pulled off a good save out of the goalkeeper and also hit the woodwork, and England have gone close but not close enough. Wales working very, very hard. 0-0 at half-time.
Okay, so still goalless at half-time. Great atmosphere here at St Mary's. And time now to talk to our guests here tonight. Alex, which manager will be happiest after that, do you think?
Oh, most definitely Jane Ludlow. She came into this with a game plan, and you have to credit this Welsh team because defensively they have frustrated England. England have been sloppy in possession at times, but Jane will be saying, look girls, more of the same in the second half, because what they've done has been brilliant.
We definitely saw some of that frustration coming through, didn't we, from the England side? And from Wales' point of view, they've got to be happy with that, like Alex said. What do you think? What have you made of your teammates' performance?
Oh, extremely happy. You know, really disciplined, really organised display. Not giving England any space in between units, which, you know, at times Frank Kirby likes to get in there. Really frustrated her. Make sure that they've played out wide, and we've dealt with it. You know, the best chances come from a long-range effort, which obviously we'll be very pleased with, and we've had chances ourselves.
Yeah, and pretty much the same from you as well, Rachel. You've got what do you think? Jane Ludlow's the happier one at the half-time?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. She's a team of frustrated England. The game plans worked wonderfully well. They've banked up at times when they've needed to, when England have had a lot of possession in that final third, and they've stopped really England doing what they do best, and that's creating gilt-edged chances.
Okay, well, there's plenty to talk about from this first half, but there's one that stands out in particular, isn't there? If there's ever a call for VAR in a game, you've got to say this is it. We'll talk about that in a moment, but first of all, should it have been a goal, Alex?
Oh, it's a tight one from that angle. To me, oh, it's so close, isn't it?
I'm going with my heart, and I'm saying definitely yes there. I'm going to be biased.
I think it's dead on the line. I don't think it actually is, though.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think the whole ball goes over the line, and nowadays that rule is very, very clear that the whole ball has to cover the entire line. Go beyond the entire line, and I don't think it does. So VAR, no VAR.
And credit Lucy Bronze in that situation. If you ever wanted anyone in that situation, Lucy Bronze coming to the rescue.
Yeah, and it was unlucky, wasn't it, from Steph Horton, because it really deflected off her, didn't it? Lucy Bronze really there to the rescue.
Yeah, both centre-halves will feel frustrated. Steph and Abby, obviously on the yellow card. But overall, no, that is definitely not a goal.
Well, it
Lucy
could have been
to the
another
rescue there.
calamitous England defender, you know, an own goal, which we saw in the She Believes Cup on numerous occasions. Millie Bright's not here today, so she wouldn't have got again on that list. But, you know, it's something that is niggling, I think, at that back line, and certainly for Phil Neville.
I think it's a frustration overall in the game from the English players, because the Welsh team have come here, they've set their stall out and really frustrated. So what we need from this England team in the second half is keep the ball moving. I'd like to see Lucy Bronze and Demi Stokes stay wider for longer, and we need those gaps to open up, but a bit of patience.
I think it's making it easy for us at times because you're so slow in possession, which is allowing us time. You know, we're not being that adventurous. We've got Kaylee Green's doing a great job up front, but when you have got possession, you're so slow with it that it's just so easy for us to then double up and win. If the England players get past the first player, we win that second ball so easily at the moment.
Yeah, defensively you've been great. Let's take a look at Laura O'Sullivan. She's been a bit of a hero for you today, particularly with this attempt from Jordan Nobbs.
Yeah, you know, she's relatively inexperienced at international level. She only started the game at 19, but she has commanded her area really well. And you know, we've had a lot of clean sheets recently, and it's because of the form of her as well. Obviously, we're disciplined defensively, but what a tip that is onto the bar.
Yeah, you must love this, Rachel.
It's a brilliant save. You know, it's one of those that she would expect to make, but it looks quite spectacular, so therefore you give yourself a pat on the back. I won't try and attempt a club team name. King Coy.
You've all been trying at that name,
but she's had a solid start. Even the basics, she's done very well. A lot of shots drilled in and around her. She's just dealt with everything perfectly.
And Alex, you've got to hold your heads up, your hands up, sorry, I should say, to Wales' defensive line. They have been solid, haven't they, today?
You do, but when you're ranked number 2 in the world, teams are going to come up and set out defensively. So you have to have a different way of breaking teams down. And we've not seen that from England. Like Gwen said, it's been all so predictable and easy for this Welsh team. I think sometimes we need to be more explosive. Our ball speed needs to be quicker. And we need to be a bit daring, get more one-on-one situations and look to take them on. Maybe passing through this team isn't the option.
I think the times we have done that, we've seen Tony on the left, you know, I've played a couple of 1-2s or it's been direct, and you've had chances from that long range, but that's where you've had joy. And as I said, it's been easy for us, but I just hope that Wales can keep this intensity going, because it's a lot to ask to keep that intensity going for 90 minutes. You know, Kaylee Green, she's worked off scraps at times, but when she has, you know, she's held it up well.
You look how narrow, though, on the graphics now that Wales are staying. They're very, very compact. And as Alex mentioned before, England have to spread them out. The likes of Demi Stokes down the left-hand side, overlapping. Don't overlap inside, because that's just making that more congested. And the same with Lucy Bronze. Stay out wide, get some chalk on your heels, and create that space to penetrate in between.
And what is the game plan in the second half then, Rachel? What would Phil Neville be telling the girls now?
Well, limit the touches, play the ball quickly. I think certainly the England team overall are fitter than the Welsh team, but tactically it'll be to use that width and hopefully find spaces so they can get the ball into Frank Kirby, because Frank Kirby's done more of a defensive job and not really been allowed the space to show her creative flair and skills and get any shots off on target.
Okay, well, where England are in action again on Tuesday, you can watch them on the BBC Red Button. Tuesday, 3 o'clock, it's Bosnia-Herzegovina against England as they carry on their quest to reach the World Cup finals next year. You can, of course, watch that live coverage of that qualifier from Zenica. That's at 3 o'clock on the BBC Red Button. Next Sunday, attention turns to the domestic game when the Women's FA Cup finals are shown live on the BBC for the very first time. Chelsea ladies and Manchester City women have been drawn together. Sue Smith has been looking forward to what will surely be an enthralling contest.
In recent history of women's football, there's tended to be one dominant club, but now there's a genuine battle for supremacy in the domestic game. They've both been champions and cup winners, and now they're both in the Champions League semi-final. There's a growing rivalry between Manchester City women and Chelsea ladies.
I think it's always been a really tough game against City, you know, it's always been that battle and two top teams in WSL going at each other.
It's like war, those games, you know, they swing both ways, and whoever wins them or whether they're draws, you know, every game against Chelsea is going to be difficult.
Chelsea won the first Women's FA Cup final at Wembley in 2015 and were runners-up the following year under manager Emma Hayes.
What an atmosphere that was. I'll never ever forget that day. The team's different now though, it's really funny. The team has progressed, them has built a really, really good team here. Everyone's playing with a smile on their face, and I think that makes a massive difference.
But last season, City blew the competition away, following their first league title with a comfortable win over Birmingham in the cup final.
Last year was obviously a special day for the club. The first time we've won the FA Cup, and yeah, it's obviously our trophy at the moment.
A really special day, and we know what it takes to get there, and we know what it means to be there. So if we can replicate, you know, 2017 this year, you know, we'll be really happy.
All-conquering City? Not quite, as Chelsea lifted the 2017 Spring Series. In this league season, the two were neck and neck at the top of the WSL, and both their league meetings have ended in draws, including a thriller in Manchester in February.
And it fell for Spence, and now Asante, and Millie Bright! Oh! She got hold of that!
We was gutted after that, you know, we wanted to come away with the win, and to be fair, I do think we dominated that game, and you know, we had a lot of opportunities that we should have put away, but again, it comes down to taking chances, and they took theirs, and it was a well-earned point, but again, we was really disappointed to not get the 3.
And now it's Jill Scott, and it's struck. Brilliant! Oh my goodness! What a goal!
I feel the games we played so far have been really intense. It's not only one team that dominates the game, and that's why I think it's really fun, that it's just like forth and back and you don't know what's going to happen. As a player, you want that kind of game, intensity and drama, action. So.
And now both clubs are one step away from their first Champions League final. We've never seen two English clubs in the last 4 before.
It's massive for women's football in this country, and I think it's a credit to show where the clubs are going. 2 English teams in the semi-finals of the Champions League. It's not happened before, and I think, you know, it's really exciting for us, and as long as we keep building in this country, the football's just going to get better.
But for now, all the focus is on Kingsmeadow next week.
We always look forward to playing, you know, the best teams, and it's always going to be a good game against the top 2 teams, and you know, we're ready for it, and hopefully it'll be a good one.
Everybody wants to get there, and the women's game is no different to the men's game. That FA Cup, you know, lift is so special, so you know, we have a real desire to retain that trophy.
Chelsea ladies against Manchester City women is now a marquee fixture in the women's game, and with a place at Wembley in the FA Cup final at stake, this semi-final is sure to be a belter.
Well, that should be absolutely intriguing. You can see the whole of that semi-final as Chelsea welcome Manchester City from 3:15 on Sunday week on BBC 2. And earlier that day, we'll also have live coverage of the other semi-final between Everton and Arsenal, a repeat of the 2014 final on the Red Button. That's from 12:30. Ooh, well, how exciting is this for the domestic game? And Alex, Chelsea and Manchester City, only one of them can reach the final. This is huge, isn't it?
I don't think you can actually call it. It's just on the day, it's going to be the team who's fresher, because both teams have had a heavy backlog, congested fixtures. I suppose Chelsea were going as favourites. They've got more strength and depth about them than Man City, but it's a tough one.
Oh, you're an Arsenal player and 2 ex-Evertonians here. How do you see this one going, Rachel?
Well, I think both teams are really informed. Since Joe Montemurro came in at Arsenal, they seem revolutionised almost. You know, the philosophy he's been able to implement, you can see they're growing in confidence. And similarly with Everton, it's their first professional season. A lot of young players at the club, they seem to be growing and growing in confidence. So I think it'll be a brilliant test. I'm going to be there and I'm excited to see them.
Fantastic. Gwennon, who are the 2 teams you think are going to make the final?
I'm going to go with my heart with Everton and then my head with Chelsea.
Oh, you're great. An all-three final. You're hurting people here.
Sorry, Alex. No, it's fine. Look, I agree with both the points. Everton have done well this season. They've got a young, up-and-coming team. But I think the form that Arsenal are in, that we're in at the moment, I do think that we're going to get to that final.
Well, what an amazing Sunday it is set to be. And that's not the only female football here on the BBC.
Come on, first day pre-season.
I'm Mani, this is Liv. Hey. You played soccer before?
No.
Half of these girls don't even know what a soccer ball looks like.
Are you gonna cry when we beat you?
All right. Those boys are having way too much fun. Time to make them pay.
Who are you?
Ruby. So we have a legit team.
So we'll train 2 times a week.
Okay, we'll do heaps of social stuff too.
Yeah, totally.
Brand new Mustangs FC. Tuesdays at 5 on CBBC.
Well, here on the BBC tonight, you can watch the best moments from the Commonwealth Games in the games today on BBC One at 11:25. That's followed by live action from the Gold Coast at midnight. And of course, it's a big day in the Premier League tomorrow as Manchester City have the chance to clinch the title at home to Manchester United. Football Focus is on BBC One at midday with Match of the Day coming your way as usual at 10:30. Okay, turning our attentions back to tonight here at Southampton's where it's currently goalless. Alex, England were in the ascendancy surely in that first half. How do you think the second half is going to pan out?
Well, we need to create more. I think our best chances have come here. Jordan's long range. Oh, this is Kira Walsh's shot. And it might take a moment of individual brilliance to break this Welsh team down because defensively they have been so good. I do actually think a change may be up front because Jodie Taylor needs space in behind. So maybe this is not the game for her.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Beth Mead coming on for, is that her first start for England? Sorry, her first appearance for England at senior level. She's in good form for club. But possibly a change, but certainly a change of pace. England need to up the tempo and break Wales down by doing that 1 and 2 touch in and around, create some space and get their shots up on target.
Okay, Gwen, what do the Welsh girls have to do if they want to at least keep that clean sheet and score as well?
Exactly, more of the same. Keep the discipline. I would like to see us just try and keep possession a little bit better. You know, at times we've asked a lot from Kaylee Green, our number 9. You know, I don't think we've strung more than 4 passes together. It's worked. You know, we've come here for what looks like a point, and if we carry on, we will. But we've just got to be a little bit more tidy in possession, and then exactly the same defensively.
Okay, let's see how it all pans out. The ladies are out on the pitch. It's time to hand you back to our commentators, Sue Smith and Jonathan Pearce.
Thank you very much. No changes to either team that we can see for the start of the second half. Jane Ludlow will be very pleased with the way her team performed in this second period. But the fact they didn't retain ball possession and it kept coming back at them meant they had to work very hard off the ball. And that will have had a wearing effect on them. But certainly Kaylee Green has worked her socks off. And as has Angharad James, who gets us off and underway in this second half then with Wales all in red, kicking from right to left. And I think that maybe Steph Horton and Abby McManus could take a few more chances in bringing the ball out in this second half. And as Alex just said, Sue, England can try 1 or 2 efforts and take chances from range.
I think so, yeah. I think that's something that they can do. I also think moving the ball quickly, taking less touches, and then it's that quality of the delivery when it's into the box, because there's been opportunities where they've got out wide, but maybe they haven't found that ball in there. But as I say, credit to Wales because of how they've defended.
One change for Wales. Positionally, Kayleigh Green's dropped into a deeper role, and Natasha Harding has the front running role there. Look, wearing 7, the furthest forward. There is Kayleigh Green getting it away. You mentioned earlier on, central midfield player really, or a central defender.
Yep.
And a good scoring run up front, but she's gone back in there, maybe to conserve energy. Here's Demi Stokes, looking for Duggan. A bit of a risky attempted challenge by Hayley Ladd. 0-0 away in a World Cup qualifier. Don't need to go to ground there. Just confirmation of the teams running it along the bottom of your screens. Kirby all the way through. Sullivan had a very good first half. Not giving much away, the Welsh manager. You know her very well.
I do, yes. Fantastic player in her time, and she's just taken the qualities as a player now into a manager. Those playing experiences, and when you speak to the Welsh players, they really enjoy going on camp, and that's got to be credit to the manager. They feel like they're learning things all of the time, and I think they're just developing as a nation, which is great to see.
Did she play for Wales at netball as well? I mentioned earlier on she was a very good athlete. She did a physiotherapy degree as well, didn't she?
She did. Clever girl as well.
She Roy Keane, big Roy Keane fan, wasn't she?
Yes.
You have no idea.
No
and I
idea.
might have made that one up. England on the attack.
I'm sure she would have been, though.
Looking for Kirby and away by James. Here's Walsh. Kirby again. Very quick to pounce, the Welsh. Kayleigh Green covering ground swiftly as well. Horn tries to sneak it through. James blocks. Kirby positioning the body, shielded it away from Kayleigh Green. Here's Nikita Paris to take on what's called on the outside. Again, look at the red shirts back in there. Might have rushed clearance away by Jess Fishlock, who has sacrificed her attacking instincts and flair in this game for her team. She's in a very defensive role, plugging gaps. Here's Jordan Nobbs with the cross. Horton's coming in, headed away towards Kirby, and a big block there. Right on the edge of the 6-yard area, denies England. May well have come off Lauren Dykes today, I'm not too sure.
I think you're right, and as the ball comes out to Frank Kirby, you can see she's just shaping up for that volley. She's got such a great technique. Head over the ball.
Here's Stokes. Duggan combining with her. Wharton can advance from there again. That's what the centre-halves, I think, have been told to do. Push further up. Here's Bronze. Looking for Taylor. And it comes to Walsh. Nikita Paris just inside Charlie Escourt, but the fullback was there to block what wasn't a very good pass. Wharton had to stretch. And out comes Charlie Telford, and the referee might have looked at that again, because Kayleigh Green went in low, didn't make contact, but it looked like a foul to me. That's offside, certainly, I would think, against Duggan.
Again, that's something else you get from Carly Telford. She's quick as a goalkeeper off the line, anticipates if there's any sort of danger. And she does have that quality with her feet. She's one of those goalkeepers that wants to join into training, wants to be an outfield player.
Wales top the group with 10 points, from England with 9. Each of the 7 group winners go to the finals. In France, the 4 best runners-up will advance to the playoffs. They've won the last 8 qualifying matches, 28 of their last 29. They're unbeaten in 55 qualifiers. Gives you a sense of what Wales are achieving here. Harris finds Lucy Bronze. Left-footed cross all the way through. If he will think about giving Beth Mead an England debut, he might look for Ellen White.
I think Ellen White, I can see her warming up over there. been playing really well for her club at the moment, as is Beth Mead.
She's not a predatory striker like Jodie Taylor, but she's a little bit more mobile, I think, coming in from wider positions. Here's Duggan. Did well to get beyond Fishlock. Again, Wales double up. Rachel Rowe, who's worked tremendously hard, finds Fishlock now. She is being a little bit more expansive and creative, but Amy McManus dropped back. Jordan Nobbs.
I think Jess Fishlock was disappointed that Kaylee Green didn't make that run in field.
She didn't make a striker's run. She didn't look like a striker there, did she? Duggan. Walsh again. With all the time to play in this third of the field, there's very little movement up front. Very little movement at all. And that's why I think Phil Neville will change it imminently. And Ellen White, it will be who comes on, I think.
I think it's very straight as well, the line. I think they need to break the line up a little bit. One come in, one go long.
Walsh, that's better.
Yeah.
Stokes. To get on the outside of Rhiannon Roberts. He's defended well in that wider defensive position. Kirby. Bronze. To Kirby. Shot was blocked by Fishlock. They're going to make a double substitution, so it looks like Mel Lawley's getting ready to come on as well as Ellen White.
She had a very good She Believes, didn't she, Mel Lawley? Again, another player that wants to get the ball, drive at players, take them on 1v1. I think he's clearly said to the wide players, both Tony Duggan and Nikita Parris, try and stay wide, try and stretch the pitch, make the pitch as big as you possibly can. And if you're going to come in field, you get your fullbacks to go out wide.
Ellen White has scored 11 goals in 11 games for Birmingham this season, scored a couple in the She Believes Cup. Here's Kirby. Now Bronze. Morton all the way through. That's a frustrated part. It's a frustrating evening for England. All credit to Wales for making it so frustrating. I think Jodie Taylor will be one of the players who goes off here for Ellen White to come on for her 73rd international. That is the first of the changes. White is battled against 2 serious ACL injuries in the past. A couple of starts in World Cup 15 in Canada. And she comes, Nikita Parris is the other player taken off. Started the game brightly, but when she had the beating of Charlie Escort, she didn't press home that advantage.
I think it's been a difficult night for both of those players. They do like that space in behind, both of them very quick. I think Wales have made it difficult, not allowed that space. They've sat deep, sat in the banks and defended well. So now they've got something different to try and play against.
Well, England guessed the Welsh formation. They knew they were likely to play this. And they would have been coached into how to beat this system. So in the end, it comes down to the players on the pitch, I guess so.
Of course it does. Well, they played this system in the Cyprus Cup recently, so I'm sure they will have had people there watching.
Well, it's so direct, so bright. Stokes has a stonking challenge on it. And comes across looking for White Roberts, who made that challenge, is limping away. And Lawley will have to run again. Rowe is doubling up with Roberts, who seems okay now. Lawley can't go wide. Here's Kirby. Nobbs to Horton. England need the goal, need the one goal. But not like that. This was a strong challenge by Roberts. Went to ground.
That's what you get from Rhiannon Roberts. So committed.
And you know what you get from the women's game? No complaints.
Yeah.
No rolling around, writhing, groaning, mithering to the referee. Get up, get on with it.
So it's good to see.
Duggan. Now Lawley. But she's gone for goal. And it was a worthy enough effort. Bit of improvisation, that's what England need.
Tell you what, that's unlucky. And Mel Lawley, when you speak to her, she speaks about the influence that Phil Neville's had on her playing, giving her confidence, saying, when you get on that field, have a go at your player. If it's 1v1, take them on. If you're going to cut inside, have a go at goal. And you can see she has got so much confidence at the moment.
And scored against Kazakhstan in her first start for England earlier on in the qualifying. She dropped out of the Russia game. She had a thigh strain, I seem to remember, but she had a very good She Believes Cup, as Sue was saying. We like everything about that competition. Pits England against the best in the world. We just hate the name of the competition.
Yeah.
The She Believes Cup, the name dreamt up by our friends across the Atlantic. Good for them. Now here's Horton. Back again to Lucy Bronze. Kira Walsh. Really came to Duggan, who switched wings, of course, now. And out by Charlie Escort. All credit to young Charlie Escort, who's on loan at the moment at Bristol City. She was given a right run around in the opening exchanges. She had a bit of a nightmare time, and she's dug in, and she's really performed well, I think.
She has, I agree.
As the game's gone on.
And I think psychologically that can be tough if the first few moments you do get beat. But she's settled down into the game now, and she's another player playing out of position. She usually plays centre midfield.
Horton, McManus. Lawley again. Looks like an old-fashioned winger, doesn't she? Balanced like a winger. Get out of near post. Ooh, a little bit chancy there, Laura O'Sullivan.
I think it's a striker if you know that she's got the ball out wide. Mel Lawley, then you're going to gamble because you're going to know she's going to beat her player and try and whip a ball in. To get numbers into the box.
James. Wales just lose a tad of conservative approach. They could get more than a draw here, because England are getting more and more frustrated, and maybe a bit of indiscipline will creep in. And here's Lucy Bronze now. Duggan. And there's no real speed of passing move, so Wales can simply line up the 5 and the 4. Beat us if you can. Try and find a way through those two walls. Lucy Bronze. Just flicked away our fishlock. Lifted out by Hayley Ladd to the far side. No way through. Terrific Welsh defending. You can see why they haven't conceded a goal so far in qualifying. Nearly an hour played, 0-0. Here's Horton. Looking for Kirby, and it's not a back pass, it's just a deflection back to the goalkeeper. But could Steph Horton have taken it on 3 strides and had a go at goal?
And I think she has begun to do that in the second half a little bit more, whether that's something that Phil Neville's pointed out. Because you've got the protection of Kira Walsh, you've got Abby McManus still there, and Kira Walsh just sits in front and protects. So yeah, she's got the ability to hit them from there, Steph, as well.
This is promising for England. Kirby out wide to Lawley. Robertson struggling to get across into White. Will it come to a second time? Stabbed out by Sophie Ingle. More pace about the England move. And now you might have seen Ellen White appealing in recent moments. The goalkeeper's hanging on to the ball too long. I think that whole thing, though, has got the crowd going. It's got England up a little bit, and England fizzing a little bit. And that's, she's saying to the referee, the goalkeeper's hanging on to it too long. But what she's doing, she's also showing passion, I think.
Yeah, and that's what she gives. You could see when she came onto the pitch, she was trying to get the players up for it. We need to move it quickly. We need to get on the ball. but that was a much better move.
There's Lucy Bronze, going to be on escort this time to the extra stride that Sophie Ingle, having come across, judged it better than Lucy Bronze did.
That was unlucky from Lucy Bronze. You see that driving run again and again from her. Just overrun it. She's loving her football as well in Lyon.
55 qualifying matches for World Cup and European Championships since England lost a qualifier. 1-0 playoff final second leg defeat against France in Saint-Etienne. It was November 2002. It was Colin Diacre who scored the goal that day. Will Wales be positive enough to get a victory here tonight with England as we go into the late stages? Force a winner. Here's Lawley taking on Roberts. Did well. In comes across. And again, Laura Sullivan claims we have to announce a little bit later on the player of the match, so I would imagine she'd come into your reckoning, the Welsh goalkeeper.
Without a doubt. Oh, that's so unlucky from Ellen White. Mel Lawley's made a real difference though coming on. It's just injected a little bit more pace.
Your decision it will be. About 15-20 minutes before you have to make the decision. Can you make a decision in 20 minutes? Haven't known you for many years.
I might change it a few times in that time.
Nobbs with the ball into the penalty area. It's half-headed away. Lawley, too high for Ellen White. Ingle clears. Here's Demi Stokes. England pressing hard now. Kaylee Green has reverted to the more forward role now. Gets it away. Here's Jordan Nobbs. Space ahead of her. Here's Duggan. Surprised that Jordan Nobbs hasn't been found in a sort of position where she could have a long-range go at goal. That crossfield ball from Horton hung too long in the air. Fishlock, it's a good interchange between her and James. One back though, strongly. Oh, really? What an impact she's made. Here's White. You can hear the crowd. Lots of them youngsters urging England on. Big crowd as well. They thought it was going to be 25,000. Here's Tony Duggan. Lucy Bronze. White's waiting for in the middle. Might have gone too early. She did. Flag up for offside.
You can see Ellen White just trying to, I don't know if it's the crowd or the players or a combination, but this is good movement. She just goes a little bit too early there. But you can see she's getting in between the defenders.
That picture just personifies Ellen White, just completely shows her character. That's what she's all about. Family here, watching on, and they travel everywhere. Very popular, very wholehearted player, good player. Lawley, it's a fine ball into Kirby, who's onside. That's Ellen White. Can she take the chance? Stokes smothered by Wales. McManus is there first. Here's Horton, can advance 4 or 5 yards, have a go perhaps. Chooses to bring in Lucy Bronze. Mistake by Escort. Is this England's moment? Out by Ingle. England pressing. Haley Green is tiring, really tired now. Can't get across there. Here's McManus. England drive on again. Lawley. Not such a good cross. Hung in the air too long. Comes out to Lucy Bronze. Thought about hitting it. Jordan Nobbs. Bronze. McManus again goes left. Looking for Lawley to take on Roberts. And they double up and they will clear it away. Hayley Ladd. Chase on for McManus to win. And back to Carly Telford.
I wonder if Wales will be looking at making a change. Seems like there's some tired legs out there.
And England are certainly on top right now. 15 minutes to go.
Just completely up the intensity, haven't they, England?
25 minutes to go, actually, haven't they? That's my maths again, isn't it?
I wasn't going to say. Probably because my math isn't very good either.
Well, our boffins, we talked to earlier on, our technical boffins back in there, clearly haven't got a watch to help me out. I'm told there's one on the top left of our screen. Here's Duggan. Oh, well played. Jordan Nobbs. Shot deflected away for a corner. Just took the extra touch to bring it back onto her right foot, and the gap was closed.
Great feet from Tony Duggan. Goes one way, goes the other. Really agile, sets up Jordan Nobbs, and you can see she was just trying to set it up. But again, much better play. It's just that intensity just rose.
Crosses of St George. Twisted and turned in the air. Great colourful scenes at St Mary's. There's Lucy Bronze. Nobbs looking for Duggan. It's lifted away by Natasha Harding. Southampton FC have done a very good job for England and the FA down here.
The atmosphere's been excellent.
Yeah. Walsh through to Kirby. It was decently blocked by Lauren Dykes. They are throwing everything into it, Wales, bodies and all. Perhaps they can counter. Kelly Green couldn't get beyond McManus steely defending there. Jordan Nobbs. It's hit with hope and no great expectation, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Wales just have to keep the ball. They've done so much work off it. When they get the ball, they have to just try and find a player, because it's just coming straight back at them.
I think she's trying to get a message, Jane Ludlow, out to Charlie Escort via Rachel Rowe. There is Escort. It's a Welsh throw, won by Natasha Harding. Into the last quarter. Bronze. Manus. Here's Jordan Nobbs. Shots by Kaylee Green. Still got some petrol left in the engine. Lawley. Defending again by Rhiannon Roberts. Dive in, didn't go to ground. Stokes got there. Well, he couldn't play a part, she would have been offside. And that's an England corner, and I'll tell you what, Wales all of a sudden in that little tight area looked tired. Just couldn't get to the ball first. England have had 9 corners. One of them have been played back and then a secondary ball in. They are conscious, of course, that Wales have the height. Steph Morton getting away from Ingle. The goalkeeper's chosen to punch. It was swirling so devilishly close.
I don't think the goalkeeper's seen that until late. Probably made the right decision. Well, she kept it out, so she did.
So it's 10 corners now for England, 1 for Wales, and again Jordan Nobbs will take it. Then what, trying to get away from Ingle. Duggan's at the far post, being watched by Escort. Goalkeeper's come, it's taken away from her by her own defender, and she's smacked Rhiannon Roberts there. Lawley. She won't be able to continue with blood on her face. In comes a secondary ball, and it's come off Roberts again. The referee can't have seen the face of the Welsh defender.
Fantastic though from Rhiannon Roberts, she's still carrying on.
And towards White, the touch on, looking for Lawley. Comes back to Ellen White, and another fine save by Laura O'Sullivan, who's had an outstanding evening.
Another excellent save from Laura O'Sullivan. Denny Stokes gets the ball just into the box. Ellen White is involved in absolutely everything when they go forward. She's desperate to get on the score sheet. Real snapshot.
Can Wales hold on in the last 20 minutes? She can't continue. That's what the referee is saying. She's got blood on her face. She has to go off. Well, I don't think that'll count, to be honest. Well, maybe it's a lenient referee. She didn't want to go off. She's okay, I think, now. Jordan Knox puts it back to Danny Stokes. Poor touch, was unaware it was going to come. Will England get caught here on the counter? Wales have got a 3-on-2. Fishlock. And her touch was too heavy. And to save England's day was Keira Walsh. And look at Jess Fishlock. She knew there that was the chance they'd been waiting for.
Real chance there for Wales. She just didn't have the legs. It was a good break. She could have just looked up. Hayley Green was just to her right-hand side.
Always giving it away. Hayley Green launches it high. Once again, decent defending by Abby McManus. You can see why Phil Neville has every confidence in her. Horton into the box.
It was a really quick counter-attack, wasn't it? She had run a long way, Jess Fishlock, and you could just see just that heavy touch. But straight away, Keira Walsh just read the situation.
Oh, she got slammed there, big right hook. Didn't go down for the count. Oh, here's Stokes. Lawley with a cross, looking for White. Ingles there again. Laura O'Sullivan punch was a stronger one than we saw in the big heavyweight fight the other day. The Joshua fight. Here's Stokes. Now Lawley. Solid, she's fallen on it, looks theatrical. She's got maybe a knock on the side of her head as Duggan came in and made contact, but it was effective from the Welsh goalkeeper.
It was, you could see what Tony Duggan was, she was just trying to get in on the back post. I think she just collided with her as O'Sullivan fell to the floor.
What a lovely look from the referee, that is. That's a look, yeah, I know. Get on with it. What an attendance here for St Mary's for an England International Women's game, 25,603. Southampton FC. We've done England proud, and this area has done England proud tonight. Well, I should deny England the victory. Rawley. Ragged in her control there. Now Nobbs. Lucy Bronzer waits. Duggan turning away from Harding. Horton saw the run of Kirby. Just nicked away by Rowe. Kirby. Duggan on a good ball. Rowe has it now for Wales. He's worked hard. And Suns were away. Stokes. There's Lawley. Just under 15 minutes to go. Walsh. Blocked again by Rowe. As the game goes on, England will leave themselves more open to counter-attacks.
Just not sure Wales have got that energy to get forward when they do win it back.
Kirby looking for White, and really good defending to save the Welsh by Hayley Lapp.
absolute quality from Frank Kirby. What vision and awareness to see the run of Ellen White.
Natasha Harding, away by Sophie Ingle, two of them very experienced. There were more international appearances there were in the Welsh starting lineup than there were in the English starting lineup.
She's definitely gone with an experienced team tonight, and I think probably due to the crowd as well and the atmosphere and the occasion. And they haven't let her down so far.
Never reached a major finals, don't forget, in England. Third in the world, 2015. Alright, second, here's Kirby. Ingle combines with Fishlock, who leaves it away. Manus. Beth Mead is getting ready to come on for England. Will be her debut. Here's Lawley. Stokes. There's 7 current or former Manchester City players out there for England. Another Abby McManus. Steph Horton makes it a Manchester City triangle. Helps with the dummy. In a way by Hayley Ladd. Works so hard, those Welsh defenders. Banks, Ladd, Roberts, Escort. Here's Kirby, who's found space. Has also found Laura O'Sullivan.
More and more into the game, Frank Kirby. I think as Wales are tiring, she's finding those little pockets of space that we know she can do.
It was last on a Manchester United game here. A game of 2004-05. For 3 minutes for Van Nistelrooy. Manchester United won the game. England aren't winning this. This is the most effective defensive performance we've seen from any opponent of England in the last 4-year World Cup cycle. Lawley, and away by Fishlock. And Stokes. Mead. Duggan has gone to the edge of the penalty. She's seen Beth Mead coming on. Duggan who goes off. Cross by Walsh, and the goalkeeper judged it well enough. 26, Laura O'Sullivan. She had a little spell at Yeovil. She's now at the St Quaid club. I think she can play at well, one of the top clubs if she performs like this week in, week out. Off goes Tony Duggan. As I thought, along comes Beth Mead. And a special moment for her, making her England international debut. 22-year-old Arsenal player who has played at junior levels for England. She scored at the under-19 Euro semi-final against Finland 2 years back. And now she's playing for the seniors.
Really pleased for Beth Mead. Very good player. One that consistently scores goals and is playing well at the moment, so deserves it.
Here's Kirby. Slipped under the foot of Beth Mead. She's forced the corner. Just under 10 minutes to go. Eleven corner kicks for England, 1 for Wales. White wants the delivery in. Oh, the goalkeeper is beaten and the header just over. Abby McManus was in there with the run towards the near post and got contact, but I think it's come off a Welsh defender last. It did.
I think it did, and England have decided now to start swinging them in and testing the goalkeeper and the defenders. Can't really see whose head it come off. Was it Rhiannon Roberts?
I think it was Hayley Ladd who was just behind her. She's played so well.
All of the back five have been excellent. 6 if you include the goalkeeper.
Decent season with Burnham, Hayley Ladd. They're third, aren't they? Here's Jordan Nobbs. Should be the goalkeeper's under pressure. She punches it away. Roberts hoiks it out. No free kick given for the challenge in the air on the goalkeeper. Goodness me. Men's game could learn from that. She's done very well, Beth Mead. Katie Green's got cramp. Phil Neville is going on to help out. And UEFA say no. FIFA say no, I should say, with all due respect to UEFA. Health and safety and, well, you know the rest. Was there anything wrong, really, with the England coach going on to help out, really? There you go. Well, won by Beth Mead. She's worked her socks off, goes on, and on comes...
I think that's really nice. Of course it is.
No, we're not having that. Off you go, son. No. Laws say no, off you go. Got a decent run here by Mead. Away by Rhiannon Roberts.
And that's a player in Phil Neville as well, isn't it? You help other players out when they go down with cramp.
I bet the Welsh striker appreciated it.
Yeah.
Fishlock. Challenged by Walsh. James. Emily Stokes is back and Green's offside. Just over 7 minutes to go. Mead. Again, she's there to double at Hayley Ladd.
That's what they've done so well, haven't they? Defensively, they've doubled up. So if one's gone in for the challenge and they might have beat that player, then another one's come across and helped out. Works so well defensively as a team.
Well, she must be a contender for your player of the match, Hayley Ladd. I think she's had a superb game. Sophie Ingle, Rhiannon Roberts, the goalkeeper, O'Sullivan, Dykes, they've all played so well. That Welsh back, 11.
You're just making it worse for me.
They haven't just defended. Early on, I thought they were bright. They had that counter late on, and they, because of the way they set the team out in the Cyprus Cup, everyone expected them to have this sort of lineup.
Yeah, they've clearly been working towards this game.
Absolutely. All about this game. And, maintaining the advantage in the group. Lawley to bronze foul. And we've got a cross late. Yellow card. She knew that was coming.
Yeah, it was a late, tired challenge from Sophie Ingle. Quick play from Lucy Bronze, just gets that touch. It was a yellow card.
Certainly was. Welsh captain there, second player to be cautioned in the game. She Pete, the famous clean sheet. 7th of this season in 9 games. Jordan Nobbs with the free kick for England. McManus is in there. Duggan is in there as well. Steph Horton up from the back. Lawley's in the D. Beth Mead's on the far side. Jordan Nobbs is all about the quality of the delivery. The goalkeeper's punched. It's forced into the side netting. Abby McManus found the side netting, and the St Mary's fans below us on the TV gantry thought it was in.
I think we thought it was in from this side. It was really difficult to see, and you could just see Abby McManus just finds herself free at the far post.
That was the chance to win it. It's come and gone, and Wales have less than 5 minutes to hold on.
She'll be disappointed with that.
Mead. Stokes has made the run. Beth Mead with the shot. Creeping wide. Wales creeping towards a famous famous point. England have won the previous 8 meetings against Wales, scoring 34 and conceding just 2. It's 2-0 that night in Millwall now, I seem to remember. Talking about that earlier on. Until the 13 hours, goodness me, time flies. Here's me. Bright and inventive since coming on, as was Lawley when she first came on. She hasn't been as effective now, Lawley on the right-hand side. Pensive, quiet, that's the way she goes about her business. It's a little push from Jordan Nobbs. Left chest fishlock down. It's a poor free kick. Went out of play. Who's your best player in the game, though? Who would it be, your best player in the game so far?
I think you've got to go defensively, haven't you? Laura O'Sullivan. I think she's been outstanding at times. She's done everything that she needs to do. I think Rachel Brown spoke about it at half-time, that she's done the basics right. And she's also done some real top-class saves.
There's Lawley.
I think we've got a goalkeeper behind you like that. It also helps your defence, because I think defensively Wales as a whole been superb.
Would be your best England performer on the night, you think?
It's tough to say. I think Fran Kirby's been in and out of the game. I thought Tony Duggan was doing some good stuff when she was in there, but it's been so difficult. Kira Walsh has been trying to get on the ball and make things happen, but when you're playing against a side that is so organised and has those banks of 5 and 4, at times you could see that England have been getting frustrated. I think Lucy Bronze has been trying to make things happen from a full-back position.
Morton into Lawley. Bronze. Lawley picks it up, through in the middle to hit. Can England break Welsh hearts here late on? No way through. As she looked up, there were 7 red shirts in the penalty area.
And that makes you think, do I deliver?
Because there were 3 white shirts in there. Mead comes back to her, tries to set up Walsh. Brilliant challenge by Kayleigh Green, who stayed down. Got cramp again. Horton has swung it and slung it over. Big ooh from the crowd, but the goalkeeper, who's also got cramp, judged it.
They're bound to be getting cramp, these Welsh players, because so much work. I know the crowd are booing that the goalkeeper's gone down with cramp, but again, she's been so effective. She's been in the game so much. That's bound to happen.
5 World Cup qualifiers played for Wales so far, 5 clean sheets it will be if they can deny Phil Neville for the last 20 seconds and 4 or 5 minutes added time, something like that. We'll wait and see. The ball will be up any moment now. Here's Jordan Nobbs, something like that though. England still have a little bit of time. Wales have to endure another English attack. Here's Kirby coming on the inside. Oh, it's a brilliant effort and another outstanding save by Laura O'Sullivan. A Welsh heroine tonight, that is absolutely sure.
She did so well here again to get a hand to that. England are trying all sorts to try and get past her.
Jordan Nobbs with another corner. The goalkeeper is in pain. She comes for it, she punches it, she gets it away. It's set up here for England for a shot by Kirby through the rank The ranks of Welsh legs. Back out here for another effort by McManus, and over it goes. They're trying everything, England, and they cannot find a way through.
Just the desire and the work rate of these Welsh players.
Well, what will he think? They've had 16 worthy efforts on the Welsh goal, and the goalkeeper for Jane Ludlow's side has been absolutely outstanding.
She has, and Phil Neville will have said at half-time, you have to be patient, you have to keep trying to play your football, move the ball quickly, but sometimes you just come up against the goalkeeper that's in form.
Kirby, Mead on the outside of England, couldn't risk a challenge. In comes the cross, and it's lumped away by Rowe. Hasn't she played well?
Yeah.
Knobs with a corner kick for England. England packed full with players who'll be playing in the European Champions League semi-finals in a couple of weeks. But they can't find a way through. Can they now? That's a brilliant header away by Roberts. Superb defending. Hard. A lolly rub. Back here to watch. McManus. Nobbs is screaming for it wide. In comes the cross. White misses it. Oh, so nearly an own goal. Goodness me. Came flying off Sophie Ingle, I believe. And Laura O'Sullivan will not be beaten tonight.
England did well there. They switched the ball from one side to the other quickly as possible. Lovely delivery that from Jordan Nobbs. And you could see Sophie Ingle just wanted to get a touch back to a goalkeeper, but that could have gone anywhere.
So you have to name the official man of the match, or player of the match, I should say. Who will it be?
It's got to be Laura O'Sullivan, hasn't it? She's been outstanding for Wales.
Bronze in it goes. Can she keep that clean sheet, Laura O'Sullivan? Sue's player of the match. Here come England once more. 1 minute of stoppage time left. Good block. Very important block it was again by Rhiannon Roberts, who really hasn't missed much.
She was definitely another contender, Rhiannon Roberts.
You're giving it now, you can't change your mind. Here's Hawke. In goes the floating cross. White gets a little tickle on it. It's a goal kick, and that might just be it for England. Confirmation, Sue, of your player of the match. The outstanding Laura O'Sullivan. It's an area in which women's football is often criticised, the goalkeeping area. She's been magnificent tonight.
No, you're right, and it's getting better all the time, but we've got two very good goalkeepers out there tonight.
And the Welsh goalkeeper, with her outstanding display, has created history. It's the first point Wales have ever taken off England. England had 20 and more goal attempts on and off target, but they couldn't find a way through. Ellen White certainly brightened things up. Well, what will Phil Neville be thinking, Sue?
We can see the difference between the Welsh players who are celebrating at getting this point and the English players that are disappointed, but they go again. They're a top-class side now, England, second in the world, and you're going to come out against teams that are going to sit back and are going to try and make it difficult for you. And I have to just praise Wales and Jane Ludlow and how they've been so resilient tonight and deserve that point.
Wales have 11 points, England have 10. England have the game in hand. It's in Bosnia on Tuesday. You'll be able to hear Sue on that game. England will presumably go top of the group, but Wales have ensured they'll be very much in the running when England go to Wales in August. Here at St Mary's, they have put up a tremendous performance, and it's finished. England 0, Wales 0.
Well, what a performance from Wales. Let's take a look at what that does to the table, and it's as you were. Wales remain top. They've gained a point, of course, 11 points, one more than England. And England, of course, have that game in hand. Both of them have kept a clean sheet, of course. They're yet to concede in qualifying. Remember, only group winners qualify automatically for France next year. The best 4 runners-up from the 7 European groups will enter a playoff. Okay, so England, of course, have that game in hand and a chance to gain an advantage over Wales. They play Bosnia in Zenica on Tuesday afternoon, 3 p.m. Live coverage is on the BBC red button from 3 o'clock. Okay, well, joining us here pitchside is Phil Neville. Phil, was that a frustrating game for you?
Yeah, I think it went more often than what I thought it was going to be. It was going to be difficult to break them down, and we had to show, particularly in the first half, I didn't think we played well in the first half. We were too rushed in everything that we did. We didn't show any patience. Second half, we were a lot better. We kept them hemmed in, and we just didn't put the chances away. We actually didn't create that many chances, but I think the dominance that we showed in the second half was better. The first half I thought was a disappointing performance.
But really good substitutions, of course, really livened up that second half, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought Mel in particular came on and brightened up the game. I wanted to create 2v1s in wide areas and to go at them 1v1s, and to be fair to Mel and Beth, when she came on to make a debut, she actually did that, and we got the ball in wide areas, and we just didn't quite get the quality in the crossing, either from a corner kick or from the crossing. So, look, you've got to give full credit to Wales. Tactically, they sat deep, they defended all the spaces, they nullified any little threats we had, and a draw was probably what they came for and what they got.
Okay, Phil, good to talk to you. We hope it goes well in Bosnia. Good luck. Time to hand over to Joe Curry, our reporter, who's with the Wales captain, Sophie Ingle.
Sophie, just how big a result is that?
Yeah, it's massive. Obviously, we put the shift in, and credit to England, they worked as hard.
You said you put a shift in, you didn't have much of the ball tonight. How difficult was it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they're second best in the world. You're not going to have the ball, so we've got to be realistic with that. And we defended well, and we kept them out of the back of our net.
Just a word about this player who's just come up next to you. How magnificent was she tonight?
Oh, massive. She's my best mate. She kept us in the game. Some of the saves she made, and like I said, she kept us in the game.
Laura, have you ever had a better performance in a Welsh shirt?
Not a better performance, not in my career. This is probably the biggest game I've played, and I suppose turned up on the night, didn't I? Done some great saves, but there's 10 other players on this pitch, and they did everything they can to stop them, so yeah.
Have you got a favourite save from tonight?
Nah, they're all good. Keeping them out of the net, every single one.
Just finally, Sophie, when you consider that you have beaten the second best team in the world, what does this do for Wales going forward in the qualification campaign?
It's massive. It's just showed where we've come. We've developed. We just have to be hard to beat down against the top teams, and we have tonight.
Well done for tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, well, Laura O'Sullivan, what a performance from her. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper, Rachel. How brilliant was she tonight?
She was, as I mentioned, she did everything, the basics she did very well. She was solid, she held on to everything, but she kept her team in the game. Like a striker scores that winning goal, puts the ball away. I mean, she really did a stellar job, from Ellen White's headers, from Jordan Nobb's strikes, from Kira Walsh's strikes, from Beth Mead, right from the very first few minutes, right to the very end. She was in top form tonight, and that's what's got Wales the point.
Okay, well, Wales have frustrated England with that inspired and defensive rearguard. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure to have your company. Bye-bye.